emotionally, it all feels the same thing for me. It all feels the same way those first confusing years of life felt to me. So,
and you've talked about this before, that you lost your mother at a very young age. You were 2, I think, when your mother died?
I think I was 4 when she died.
Uh-huh. And so, do you think that that's something that you're kind of looking for, is a place to feel at home, and that you're looking for father figures and you're looking for comfort? Is that what you get from joining a shul?
Yes.
So you're very self-aware of what it is that motivates you and why you're a strong participant.
Yeah. I remember I was just at this Jewish retreat called Limud LA, and this was like a really happy place, and people let their guard down and they were at their friendliest. And yet there was one instance when this girl I met there, she just like suddenly felt bad for me. She didn't quite know why, but it seemed like I had no friends. Like, here I am in the midst of this really happy, friendly group, and suddenly she felt bad. And that's because there's like something, it's like across my forehead is emblazoned the word loser, and it like starts flashing in bright lights at almost every social function, social gathering I ever attend. And I remember I was dating this woman, and I thought everything was going great. And then she suddenly asked me a question that still stands out. She says, like, are you looking for someone to take care of you? Which is like the most humiliating thing for a man. You know, it's like for the woman to suddenly like pick up and say, are you looking for someone to take care of you? But there's obviously something like pathetically broken and lost about me that like anyone with like the least amount of intuition like quickly picks up on. And I remember when Kathy Sipe, who was a freelance journalist here in Los Angeles, like kind of befriended me and took me in. And the metaphor that everyone used about my relationship with her was that I was a lost puppy that she had adopted.
But yet you're capable of taking care of yourself. I mean, you work and you feed yourself, and you're self-sufficient. You live on your own. It's not like you live in, your dad's attic. You're far away from family, right? You have no family.
I'm a high-functioning loser.
You have no family here, right?
No, they're all in Australia.
And did some people try to? Judaism has embraced you, but these various temples have not. They've embraced you and then rejected you. Are you always worried that, looking over your shoulder, thinking, well, how much longer until this shul that just accepted me is going to reject me?
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what I feel, and it's like with like friendships too. It's like, oh, how long till this person really knows me and then rejects me?
Wow. And we've talked about this. You and I share the same birthday. You're 1 year older than I am, but our lives are very different. What is the Alexander technique?
This is my latest tech to change my life and transform my image. The Alexander technique is a way of using yourself and using your body that's best, that's most harmonious. So, for instance, I always had a really bad slump because I spend so much time reading a book. I'm always slumped over a book. So through studying the Alexander technique, I've learned to straighten up, and I'm much better aligned. And I sit there at the Alexander training, and for hours you study how to get in and out of a chair, how to walk, how to sit at your desk and do your typing, like all these mundane tasks, and you simply learn how to use yourself in a way that is most harmonious for your body. So, for instance, at age 42, through studying the Alexander technique, I am 2 inches taller than I was before I started studying it.
Well, you can't have grown 2 inches. You could maybe, when you slouch and someone's taking your height measurement, if you were to stand up straight, that's one thing. But you can't have grown 2 inches.
What I did is the ways that I was slumping and crunching and scrunching, I learned to let many of them go. So. Obviously I didn't grow, but I'm 2 inches taller because I'm not as slumped, and it's not like something you can just take someone in one lesson, unkink them. It's been months and months of work.
Well, you were also doing yoga, mostly because there's lots of pretty girls at the yoga classes. How's that been working out for you?
I've really hit a wall. Like, I'm doing all these things to transform myself, and it's just not working. I'm just like getting kicked in the gut. It feels like every day. Like, I'm doing what the guru says. I get up every day and I start with a cold shower, which is not at all easy. And then my life is one long cold shower.
Who's the guru? Who are you talking about?
Okay, Guru Singh.
Who is Guru
Singh?
Singh?
And I take some of his yoga classes, and I
wait a minute. The guy you take yoga classes from calls himself Guru?
Yes, Guru Singh.
Oh,
that's like a level of yoga teacher.
It is?
Yeah, you get bestowed the title. You don't just start calling yourself that.
Okay.
So he was a student of Yogi Bhajan for about 18 years, or the assistant to Yogi Bhajan, who was the guy who brought Kundalini Yoga from India to the Western world.
Okay, and so the guru tells you that you wake up and you take a cold shower, and then what?
Yes. Then you brush your teeth and mouth, but you brush until you retch a little bit. You don't literally vomit, but you get that retching sensation. And then
how long does that take? I've never retched while brushing my teeth ever. So how long are you talking?
Brush your tongue and it will happen, I guarantee you.
Well, if you brush back far enough, you will have a gag reflex.
Okay, that's what you do. Yeah, you brush back far enough till you have a gag reflex.
Okay. Well, you could do that in 2 seconds. It's not a matter of time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I do my chanting. I sit down, and after my warm-up chanting, I put my hands together and point my two fingers to the sky, and I say Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Jiho for about 15 minutes.
But you love rituals, don't you?
No, I don't. I actually hate them, but my life is so chaotic that I feel a desperate need for them that normal people probably do not feel.
Do you have OCD? Are you obsessive compulsive?
I think so, but I'm probably all sorts of other things more.
Well, but you know about OCD. There's a lot of people suffer from it, and usually it has to do with rhythmic things like counting. Like, are you constantly counting things? And
no. I wouldn't know.
Shut the door 3 times.
Or check the door or wash my hands.
Yeah, right, exactly. Hand washing is very common among OCD. So that you don't do, which I think all these rituals actually start off as, even the ancient rituals, I think began by people who suffered from OCD. This is a theory I have. It's kind of like, the Castilian Spanish is that Spanish from Spain, where the people speak and it almost sounds like they have a lisp, and it turns out that the king of Spain had a lisp, and because the people of Spain didn't want to embarrass the king, they adapted their language to have a lisp. Do you know this story?
Vaguely.
So I wonder if this is the same, that all these rituals have to do with people's either compulsions or their obsessions, and that you're being asked to perform these rituals, but they really don't have any function other than, well, you said it helps you organize your life because your life is otherwise chaotic.
Well, here's the thing, psychology and the type of analysis you just did is very powerful, but like religion or many other things, it does not explain everything. Mm-hmm. So you just gave a powerful insight, but don't be tempted to think that totally explains all need for ritual.
Someone we got into this conversation. I don't know if you heard the show earlier tonight. I was doing a simulcast with Mike Mendoza in the UK, and we were talking about Kabbalah. And I think you and I have talked about Kabbalah in the past, this idea of Jewish mysticism, but this is a fairly new twist on old Jewish traditions. What is it? Have you studied it? What do you know about Kabbalah?
Kabbalah is Jewish mysticism. All mysticism is about merging yourself with the divine. I what it does, the more you study mysticism, the less relevant you become to the world around you. So I have very little use or interest in mysticism of any form.
Have you ever been to the Kabbalists? It's Los Angeles based, isn't it?